How messed up yesterday was that video? Super messed up. Why? Because sometimes stuff happens. What we're going to be talking about today is probably the most basic and useful and most insightful thing that you will literally ever hear. And it pains me to reveal, show, expose how simple it is, because to me, this is common sense. What is it? What is a startup? And I know that my nickname is Larry Baseball because Moneyball became game changing for not only baseball but also venture capital. Because what is a startup? A startup is defined as a loose collection of individuals in search of a business model. This is not Larry Chang saying this. This is Steve Blank saying this. Let me repeat what a definition of a startup is. A loose collection of individuals in search of a business model. That's 4 steps to the epiphany. That is every startup. Why are things that I did a dozen years ago still not firmly adopted as startup doctrine? Is it because I'm tall and pretty? Maybe, but you're supposed to listen to tall people who are smart, right? That's why you just pick the tall person to be CEO. Is it because I'm too good at sports? Maybe. It's kind of unbelievably good at sports, kind of without trying, but that's also why I have so much angst, because if I just had a half a brain, I would still be excelling at the professional level. Because the energetic insight that I bring is this simplicity. Your business model. There's a book about this, yet people's understanding of business model is at the preschool level. Alexander Ostrander. We should study buddy that book together. Because here's your business model. I'm holding it. Am I holding Brady? No. I'm holding your business model right here. A stuffed animal is your business model. Because now you have a model. You bought that thing for $11. I need to drink more water. Are you guys hydrating enough doing your startup? You buy something for $11 and you make $3,000 or some dollar amount over $11. That's a business model. That's marketing, that's sales and marketing, that's distribution. That is the whole kit and caboodle. Now you can just relax because click off this video because you're done. That's a business model. I don't know why nobody explained a business model like you need to get, Larry Baseball here, you need to get from home plate to first base. That's it. That's it. You need to get to first base. That's it. So you spend $11 and then you make $300. Why won't you guys just start? Everyone's trying to hit a grand slam home run with nobody on base, no balls, 2 strikes. Let's say you're not into sports analogies. Let's go into thermodynamics or coding. You're trying to hit a unicorn when your code has barely shipped and you have so much technical debt that it ends up being such a weight on your head that you don't remember that you're a startup. You're a loose collection of individuals in search of a business model. And there is no if, ands, or buts around the fact that you're going to need to spend some dollar amount less than 15 bucks and then make some dollar amount that's 500 bucks. Intellectually doubt this at your own peril, because this is some MIT, Harvard, Stanford, University of Illinois shiitake that I am doling out so clearly, because this is what happens. This is why the truth is obfuscated. That word, if you didn't score a perfect on the SATs, means hidden. The truth about entrepreneurship is that the VC kind of actually benefits when you go bankrupt. And I don't mean to laugh at VCs or you going bankrupt in the future, but like that's the business model of being in venture capital. And I don't understand why people don't see it. Do you not see that they're okay with a bankruptcy rate, failure rate over 70%? Could you imagine if that's how we treated people who are infants? Oh, well, we only expect 20% of infants to be able to make it past 100 days, so or we only expect 20% of our infants to eventually walk. What? No, it's 100%. Like, your baby corporation matters. This is why we're going into business model and the specifics on taking this cute little logoed creatures, okay, cute little guys, bringing them to South by Southwest, and then winning by doing what I did for Waze, which is a bag and bags and bags of Kermit the Frogs. Business model. Spending 32 cents and making 50 bucks per person. That's your business model. And if you feel like, hey, I went and got a quad admit, dual admit, JD MBA, I don't feel like I need to be able, I don't feel like I need to have to sign up people in order to make my business grow. Maybe that's your attitude. Well, guess what? After you go get 2 more degrees, you're going to be stuck in the same situation of, oh, I'm going to need to do things that don't scale. Oh my gosh, I'm going to have to do distribution. Here are some specifics on what to do. You take your company and you say, if your company were an animal, what would it be? And I'm not joking right now, even though you might be giggle snorting, okay? So what would it be? Duck 9 is easy, okay? It would be a rubber duck. By the way, if you're trying to figure out what to get me for Thanksgiving or Christmas, Merry Christmas, by the way, I recommend that you buy me stuffed animal ducks. Quack. Oh, I've been looking for you. This guy's been with me for a while. He's cute, right? He's cute. This is Dickie. Little Dickie. Little Dickie, get it? Because he's like 10 inches long, and I market him as Little Dickie, but he's actually kind of big. Look at how big his feet are. He's going to grow up to be huge. So, in fact, the rest of this video, Brady, are you getting jealous over there? Come here. I want to hold you. Tom Brady, the the dog, he does not have an NIL deal yet. So you're welcome to you're welcome to hire Tom Brady. Brady, come here for his NIL deal. White alligator from San Francisco. Rawr. Crocodile. Rawr. And so when you bring this to a conference, you spent $15 and $9 to try to make $400. Brady, come here. Brady, how do you really feel? How do you really feel? So, name, image, likeness. That's what's causing college sports to be kind of cray-cray. We're doing a nomenclature intellectual Larry business, Lawrence business, where we are business modeling up and we're engineering together a business model. Oh, is this a CS 183 flagship hashtag? Yes. Yes, it is. I just reread Breath by James Nestor for the 20th time. I think I'm going to dial it back another 10 years in athletic anti-inflammation and performance. Quack, quack. Dickie. I'm Dickie the Duck. Hashtag CS183 EUBM. Engineer up a business model. Computer Science 183, my mentee's class on technology entrepreneurship, even though Peter Thiel, when he taught startup, forgot to study my class, Engineering 145. Who started Engineering 145? Larry Chang, did you start it? No. It had already started for 20 years prior to my crashing ass coming into Stanford University, top 7 in the ACC. Randy Commissar and Tom Byers. And so when I started teaching it, did I just say, oh yeah, I'm going to roll in like a big man on campus because I'm so popular with the athletes and quarterbacks at Stanford? They're just like, oh my God, the thing that you did with the Oregon Duck, that was amazing. I can't believe you. You're hilarious. You're hilarious. You're funny. You're funny. Love you, Larry. And so, oh my God, he is super cute. He's super cute. But you're super cute too. Engineer up a business model because the class of Engineering 145, that's the genius class, and they talk about distribution, which is my pinned tweet. And so we can absolutely Tom Brady up a turnaround. Did I just switch from my dog to the quarterback alumni of the Buccaneers? Yes, I did. Am I a name-dropping asshole? No, I'm not. This is a bibliography. This is a bibliography of epic proportions. Why? Because somebody's really good at being a student athlete. Why does being an athlete matter? And why is it what they don't teach you at Y Combinator, which is have an athlete once in a while speak, because all you guys do is barely jog, like running, because you don't need a coach for jogging. Paul Graham said that. The reason you need to be an athlete to be coached is you want to have an old person who's a loser guide you mentally. because it's not the things that are common sense that kill us. It's the things that are counterintuitive that seem impossible to be true that you get killed on. Vagina hits wave after wave, and I try to turn all the notifications off, but sometimes vagina still just leaks through. Tom Brady business model, Hertz. Let's go over the Hertz rental car business. Oh, Coach Mark Marquez. I look forward to installing the Coach Mark Marquez Center for students and athletes. Why is coaching important? Because a coach will tell you genius things that are counterintuitive, and if you don't listen, you're going to seem like an idiot. Okay? Because when you don't listen to your good VCs or listen to me when I'm barking at you, I'm putting myself at risk. Coach Mark Marquez, he put himself at risk when he was like, Larry, do these things. That's why coaching and being a student athlete matters. This is why they should teach you this at Y Combinator, but they refuse to. And that's why it's so funny, because it's 4 steps to the epiphany. And I'm sorry I came up with number 5th epiphany. I'm sorry I came up with it, but I was reading the book and I'm like, you have a hole in your book that you're not solving, which is distribution and doing lead generation, which is right back to the point of this video, which is business model. Lead generation is when you have a business, is when you spend $50,000 to make $20 million. But people try to jump to the $1 million level before they even have a business model, because they're trying to copy somebody else's business model. And initially, you're going to have to do things that don't scale. And if you do them correctly, which are counterintuitive, then you'll be doing things that don't scale but have momentum. And do you see how, maybe you don't see, the thing that you don't see is the fact that business models morph. At the $0 level, that's like gravity, where gravity affects you different when you're on the surface of this planet versus when you're off planet. Gravity actually has an equation. Ditto money. When you're at the stratospheric levels of anti-gravity, which is why guys at the top are making obscene amounts of money, partially because of the Cantillon effect of money, which you probably also don't know about, which they should not be teaching at Y Combinator, because it's how close you stand to the money printer. And right now, you guys are actually pretty close to the money printer, because that's what venture capital is according to Mark Cahodes, it's a money laundering scheme of blah, blah, blah governments. I'm not going to go that far with a conspiracy theorem, not theory, theorem. Do you know the difference between the Y and the M? Y is Y Combinator, M is mechanical. So when it's a theorem, somebody already walked somebody through it. I remember Dick Nelson, my geometry teacher. What a great guy. He came up with Nelson numbers, geometry, theorems that are proven, which is business model engineering. Because at the $0 level, you can't just go and start spending $200, $300, $400 You're going to need to buy a Sinecade sign, hat tip, Y Combinator portfolio company who constantly promotes me. Nick, thank you. In fact, I look forward to your exit and subsequent partnership, and having my friend Steve Kerr or Tom Brady keynote Y Combinator, because some of that Ashton Kutcher keynoting, like that's a keynote on how to hide a murder that your friend did or an assault. Yikes. Have a good, clean Tom Brady. In fact, this is ideally, you would have this Tom Brady keynote, and then it would keynote like this. Do you see how useful it is? Do you see how useful it is to have an animal? So this is how the keynote would go. Yes. Is this thing on? All right. Everything that Larry Chang says, it's actually true. He's just a kind of a, he's actually not an asshole. His asshole actually smells really good. He's got one of the best smelling buttholes. He's a great owner, by the way. He lets me sniff all sorts of rando girl dog butts. And oh my God, he always has women over. And I love women. Did I tell you I'm able to, my business model? So I get whatever I want because I'm able to be Larry's business model, which is I go up to women that are older than 22 and younger than 23, and then I open up a can of charm. And then they pet me. They pet me like this, and they say, "Oh, he's so cute." And then I say, "Hey, if you want to hang out with me some more, you should suck my owner's schlonger." Right, Brady? Is that what you say? Pretty much. Not enough? Oh, Brady, you're such a good dog. Business model where you bring him to a conference and then you park him at a booth, and then at that booth you promote cell phone number underwriting. It's AIML for predictive modeling before you extract a social security number. How does Tom Brady get involved in that? Like, I'm totally confused. Are you talking about the dog or the human? Maybe both. 415-612-1737. What? Is that your number? No. It's Tom Brady the human's number. He said it on ESPN. Search that number out. Oh, that's his real number. Why do you bring that up? Oh, I bring that up because there's a certain risk profile associated to certain cell phone numbers. Did you know that? No, I didn't know that, but it kind of makes sense though. Well, how does it make sense to you? Well, I don't really understand. Can you tell me? Yeah. Let's say you're able to FaceTime Tom Brady and tell him information about defensive coverages or how to read a book, which is coincidentally, not a coincidence, how to read an NFL defense. Why am I such a big hit with Stanford quarterbacks? Why doesn't the rest of Stanford love me as much as Stanford quarterbacks? Huh? Is it because I give Tom Brady a hard time? Look, this is me righty. This is me righty, okay? This is me lefty. Because I hit lefty and I golf righty. And I'm a dog and I'm left-handed. Because the risk of getting information via FaceTime, because you can absolutely FaceTime him with information. What? Is that why, Larry, you put your 650 cell phone number on the internet? What is going on here? My brain's going to explode. You see, bringing Brady to a conference on banking or credit now allows me to knowledge activate hashtag cell phone number underwriting, where we're able to do credit underwriting for Duck 9 using cell phone information. And the more we open source our secret sauce, the more we're able to do lead generation and help people save a ton of money. Problem: first payment default. Solution: cell phone number underwriting. Problem: charge offs are ginormous. Solution: cell phone data to see if the person is going to move their phone, and then after they move their phone, do they move their phone from their bed to their job? Because if their phone moves from their bed to the video game or the bed to a crack pipe, which is right by the bed, they're going to be defaulting soon because they're not going to their job. Cell phone number underwriting. How cool is that, right? Would you like the information today, or would you like the information 90 days from now? I think I'll take the information right now. That's also a business model of Citadel, where they need the information on trade data from retail before everybody else gets it, so that way they can front run trades. That's a business model. And being able to sniff out a business model. Oh, Larry, how do you make money making millionaires? That's a great question. Seeing as how these videos will make more millionaires than Silicon Valley funds in the bottom 50% combined. Let me repeat that. You know what? I'm not going to repeat stuff. That's just true. This is the business model for after I help you make 600K. And since you're calling your 6 inches, which is really 3 inches, 8 inches, 600K is $1 million, because you're rounding up and you're going to have $1 million problems while not yet getting to $1 million, which is the state of the world right now. Spiking the football at the 45-yard line, where you see the end zone, and it's so easy because once you understand business model, it is so easy. Look, I even took page 172, lead generation. It is so easy once you understand business model. It is so easy. It is straightforward. It is easy, and you're welcome. Chapter 7 of Maxwell Maltz. People actually start to ruin it for themselves like they're a lottery winner. They literally start to ruin it for themselves even though they're finally getting towards their goals. And if you think that it doesn't occur all the time, scarcity mindset, or if you're Indian and your uncle touched you and now you're ruined, and that's one of the ways that it rears its ugly head is in self-sabotage. For when you are getting to your financial goals, you'll literally try to throw the wagon wheels off your bus that's traveling towards your destination super quickly. Business model engineering, business model execution at the $0 level. If you're a $0 person, you've got all the problems of a business virgin, in the same way that Peter Thiel taught CS 183. He did not explain how he got from 0 to 1 billion. I'm on pins and needles waiting for him to explain 0 to 1 billion. And then him and Blake Masters wrote the book based on his 20 lectures. He also does not explain 0 to 1 billion. And is this comical and funny? Yeah. Because he also does not explain how Peter Thiel went from 0 to 1 million. This is the business model on 12 levels of genius, because it's a flagship class from a name brand form of venture capital that now has gone to the dark side's dark side which is how do I install a president? Like, it's not the Manchurian Candidate. It's the it's the it's the political shadow. How does this apply to you? Quote the book 0 to 1, chapters 1 through 11, and then lectures 1 through 20, because all 20 lectures are available, and just add in to those lectures. I'm not saying don't study them. I'm saying study them, but then add in one hashtag. What hashtag is it? This is a pop quiz for $1 million. I've spent literally 15 minutes 2x with you. What is the hashtag that solves this? Because people get angry at me because I solve problems via notes and by motivationally listening. When was the last time you heard me speak? It's just here, one-on-one, because I don't need 1-on-50 where all 50 people are like, yeah, this 0 to 1 class, CS 183, this is just the best class, right? Like, that's a format of brain programming where this is 1 to 1, and I'm speaking to my future relatives and relatives for, Uncle Larry, can I have $1 million? Yeah, actually you can. I dropped them. I went ahead and dropped them on my YouTube. But Larry, there's only like 26 views on your business model video. Like, I need a video where 7,000 people agree with you before I start to listen. Thank you. Thank you for telling me who you are. Because the solution I'm giving you for Peter Thiel forgetting how to mentor you for the class CS 183 is the lecture 7 of lecture 7, page 67. Oh my God, I am spot on with this. Engineering 145. That's what they don't teach you at Y Combinator, is page 67. Do you see how easy this is? So when a dude talks, I'm on pins and needles looking for learning. And then I'm like, oh my God, are you a fucking retard, Peter? Because your whole class doesn't even mention business model, except when you finally do, you're talking about a business model over the $500 million level. Did we not go over this 20 minutes ago? Where the business model at the $0 level is way different from a business model at the plus $10 million level, plus $50 million level. When you get to $500 million level, okay, you can do some crazy Canelon effect of money printing or standing next to the money printer, because that's a totally different ball game. Which is why I came up with the solution, 5th time I've said it, which is hashtag CS183 EUBM. 183 is 2 more than 181, which is not a class, but I'm trying to explain what the hashtag is. And the fact that you don't write it down, thank you, because that means that you're a retard. And if you're retarded because you're dumb, or you're retarded because of some like childhood trauma, I don't know. But let's try to like corral that and heal ourselves with the technology of pen and paper. Hashtag CS183 EUBM. Engineer up a business model. There are 36 hashtags that hone in and solve VC's holes. And I know that it's funny that I'm saying holes, but like, there are holes in Peter's class, and those holes are not plugged. those holes are solved using a hashtag. There's 36 of them between A to Z. CS183A 34Z. Like there's 34 letters between A and Z, and those are the solutions for every shortfall, which is what they don't teach you at Y Combinator, which is why maybe I haven't guest lectured on a Tuesday. Now, using the power of open AI, you're able to piecewise together a 16-minute lecture where you don't even need me to come to 310 Pioneer across the street from Interior Door. You don't even need to. Oh, Larry, is this why you front ran a question that Sam Altman asked, which was never answered on September 14, 2015? It's almost 2025 right now. It's December 3rd, 2024. Sam Altman asked this question almost 10 years ago on September 14, 2015. So Sam Altman taught how to start a startup and called it CS183B. Again, I am metaphysically in the front row like a Stanford quarterback, furiously taking notes, and never talks intellectually high and low about distribution. Teases it in lectures 1, 2, 9, and 13. Teases it using a series of guest lecturers. On September 14, 2015, Sam Altman asks, after Reid Hoffman, The Island, talks about blitzscaling, CS183C. And now I'm going to get blamed because I'm coming from the University of Illinois and I understand Stanford entrepreneurship at the best college for entrepreneurship education, Stanford University, engineering department. Why am I going to get blamed for that? I should be getting an honorary bachelor's in aerospace engineering. Honorary. Look up every astronaut that graduated Stanford. Look where they went for an undergrad degree. It's hilarious. Hilarious. Hi, Larry ass, hilarious. September 14, 2015. This is drug-free, by the way, which you should be quitting vape. What they don't teach you at Y Combinator is quitting your vape and quitting drugs. September 14, 2015. Larry, when I tell you to take, you take. You're going to get picked off first base? What's up with that? That's not Coach Mark Marquez. That's Coach Augie Garrido, which is AI, Augie Intelligence. That's my mentor. Humiliated me, but now I'm humiliating you while simultaneously making you rich. Let's go. September 14, 2015, and I'm repeating it because I want to make sure that that's the right time. He asked the question, who will teach CS183D as in distribution? A was Peter, B was Sam Altman, C was Reid Hoffman, Sam Altman, C was Reid Hoffman, D should be Randy Commissar, Tom Byers, Tom Kosnick, parentheses, Larry Chang. Never happened. Skipped right to E. There's 3 classes on E, including Tom Brady's class, because I dropped 60,000 tweets on distribution, which is the point of this video, which is how do you do distribution, because that's what a business model is. It's finally understanding the fact that you're a startup in search of, that's a loose collection of individuals. Brady, you're such a good dog.